And it was 0 degrees this morning, April 14th. A little chilly for this time of year. So, like, what is a psychopath? The definition of a psychopath. It's like basically a person who has no feelings. You could say the most simple way to put it is they just have no feeling. They just don't give a shit about anything. All they care about is themselves. That's the definition of a psychopath. You know, I've been doing a little research on the subject. You know, I think we've all dealt with some psychopaths. You know, it's like they say that like 1 in around 20-some people are a psychopath, and basically they're the ones that are in control of the world today. Recently, I've just been thinking that it was just like a born trait, that some people are born as a psychopath, and there's really nothing they can do about it. That's just how they are. It's kind of like being born with any other disability, you know. They just have no feelings, and there's nothing they can do about it. You know, all they can do is like mimic people's feelings that they see around them, and it's like totally obvious that these people really have no emotion whatsoever. So I've heard some stuff lately about how it's possible that psychopaths it's contagious, that normal people can become psychopaths by conditioning, you know, and just this whole culture that we live in is set up to create psychopathy, you know, like just don't give a shit about anything, you know, no feeling, you're totally numbed down, you know. Children are totally, you know, desensitized to a lot of things at a young age, and now it's coming out that yeah, they can become psychopaths, you know, and they just lose all emotion, all, you know, they just become numb, like zombies basically, because all the stuff they're exposed to in such a short period of time. And now it's turning out that yeah, I used to think that no, there's no way that a normal person could become a psychopath, but now I'm starting to think it's possible. This whole system that we live in, it's all set up to reward the psychopath. Really, the most ruthless person wins in our society. Is usually the most successful. It's what we've been taught all our lives. Is that the most ruthless people tend to get ahead. You know, we're taught from a young age that nice guys finish last. You know, that he who, you know, dominates gets ahead. That's the way it's all set up, to where it teaches people to be ruthless and not to care about each other, not to give a shit, and it rewards that behavior. So therefore, we're living in a society and environment that promotes people to not give a shit about each other, to get over on each other, and to prey upon each other, do whatever it takes to get ahead. And it just turns out that the psychopath usually wins when it comes to that, because he don't care about anybody else. He only cares about himself. So it goes back to some of my earlier videos where I was talking about the archons. Is it possible to create new archons, and I think we're seeing the process. That's why anybody who's in power today or in any position of authority are all psychopaths, man. They have no feelings for people. To do the job that they do, they have to lose their soul to become a cop, or to go out and prey on the public for doing nothing wrong. You know, just going about your life. Maybe you smoke a little weed, but you're not high at the moment you're driving to work. They pull you over. The cop says, well, have you been smoking pot today, sir? No, I haven't. I'm on my way to work. Or whatever you tell them, you know, I suggest you just don't you don't answer any questions to the police. But, you know, you're just on your way to work. You're not high. But the officer says, yeah, I think you're high, so you're going to have to go downtown with me and take a blood test. You know, this has happened to a friend of mine just recently here in Colorado. So, yeah, they're cracking down on that. The psychopaths that be, and it's just the archon way, the psychopath way. They're so evil. They don't give a shit about anybody. All they care about is destroying people's lives. They don't fucking care. The cops, man. It's like every bust they get is a feather in their cap. Every life they destroy makes them a better cop. You know, it's fucked. I'm so tired of this fucking world. These humans are created on my beautiful fucking planet, on my beautiful God-blessed Sophia. And these humans, these so-called humans, they're not humans. Fucking archons. Psychopathic archons. And then they're creating more of themselves. They're replicating themselves, sucking people in, and making new archons. After they're gone, after this whole thing's gone, their souls will live on as archons. That's the way I see it, man. Once you fall into that, once you let them, it's like being assimilated into the Borg. You could be a normal person, but once you lose control of your own humanity and start preying on other humans, you become an archon. You are no longer a human. You know, I drive down the street, I see the cops on the side of the road, and they know I can see them. Like, it's just like the movie They Live. I can see what these things are, and they're not human anymore. They know it, I know it, and they don't give a shit. They're inhuman. It's just like They Live, man. It's just like that. The reality we're living in is totally being manipulated by these psychopaths, and I can see right through them. Once you're afraid of them, then they have you. But if you're not afraid of them, they're fucking scared shitless of you. They're like, just like in the movie They Live. We got one here that can see. I mean, it's just exactly like that. And once you can see them, you can see the psychopaths. And they look just like those creatures on They Live. Yeah, I've dealt with psychopaths, man. I know. I understand what they are. And I didn't before. I was like, how can this person do something like this? You know, it just didn't make sense to me that a person could actually do something like that and not even think about it. You know, just as natural as breathing to them. They really don't care. They can shoot somebody right in the face and say, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. Because you know why? They don't believe that they did it. That wasn't them. It was a different version of themselves that did that. So they justified in their mind that they really didn't do that. and they never will take responsibility for anything they do. That's the psychopathic mind. They can lie with a straight face, and everybody knows they're lying, but still they lie, and they won't never ever admit that they're lying. It sounds familiar, like maybe like our president, like maybe like all the presidents we've ever had. Well, I didn't really lie to you because I say so. No, I didn't lie to you. I can't do anything. Obama don't take responsibility for nothing. He always has somebody to take the fall for him. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens, Obama never says it was my fault. It's always somebody else. Because, you know, he's their puppet boy, happy ass actor that goes out there and lies to the people well, with a straight face. He lies, and he lies real well. That's why he's the president. He's the best psychopath out there. No, Obama really is truly a puppet. He's just a script reader. He's real good at reading the teleprompter. Whenever he talks, his head just moves back and forth. He reads the he's been trained. That's all he is, man. He's a trained puppet boy. Just goes out there with a straight face and lies to the people. And most of them suck it up like a biscuit to gravy. Yeah, the first time I seen Obama, back in, I think it was like 2007, I seen him give some kind of speech somewhere, and he just came right out of nowhere. I thought, yep. As soon as I seen how slick and smooth he was, I said, yep, that's our new psychopath in chief right there. He plays the role well. They fucking groomed him and trained him and brainwashed him really good. And he's a damn good cheesy ass crappy actor.